Both sides promised to teach us how to live. The West promised reason and the examined life. The East promised harmony and the way. And in the modern world, both promises have failed. The interesting question is not whether they failed. It is which one failed worse. The West's crisis has a name, and the West named it early. Nietzsche's madman in the gay science carries a lantern into the morning light, searching for God, and announces that we have killed him. Not the death of a doctrine, the death of the background that made meaning possible. A century later, Charles Taylor called the result the malaise of immanence in a secular age, the buffered self, sealed against mystery, living in a flat order of cause and effect. The price of the West's freedom is that nothing is given anymore. Every value must be chosen, and choice without ground drifts into anxiety, then into the productivity treadmill, then into the loneliness epidemic. The West is cooked by too much freedom. The East was cooked the other way. Its traditions did not dissolve into meaninglessness. They were broken, then repurposed. The campaign to criticize Lin and criticize Confucius tried to destroy the ritual order at its root, and what survived was later revived as state ideology and as commodity. The Confucian order that once balanced ritual with humaneness survives as the exam system without the soul, involution, the competition that does not allow failure or exit, as the anthropologist Xiang Biao defines it. The imperial examination was the original machine, and modern involution is its heir. Japan's karoshi, death from overwork, has a name because it is a structure. The young response is not the examined life, but lying flat, the refusal to run. The East is cooked by too little freedom, and the machinery underneath both is the same. Heidegger's The Question Concerning Technology describes what modernity does to everything and everyone, enframing, the treating of all beings as standing reserve, as fuel for some further use. The West experiences enframing as emptiness. The East experiences it as compulsion. Same machine, different symptoms. And now the East's cure is being sold back to the West as a product. Ronald Purser's McMindfulness documents how meditation became the new capitalist spirituality. Apps that teach you to breathe so you can return to the grind with better focus. The wisdom that once asked you to question the grind now optimizes you for it. That is what a dead tradition looks like. It can no longer criticize. It can only decorate. So which one is worse? Let me be precise. The West is cooked, but it knows its own disease by name. Nietzsche diagnosed the nihilism. Taylor mapped the malaise. The loneliness literature is a form of self-examination. A culture that keeps producing diagnoses has an immune system, even a failing one. The East's disease is structurally silent. The critique that would name involution is the very Confucian tradition that was destroyed, then revived as ideology. Its wisdom survives as commodity, which cannot criticize, or as heritage, which cannot question. A tradition that can only be performed, never doubted, is further along than one that can still argue with itself. That is why one side is more cooked than the other. Neither diagnosis is an insult. Both traditions carry the tools of their own recovery. The West can recover meaning only by relearning what it destroyed, the enchanted, the communal, the given. The East can recover freedom only by reviving the part of its tradition that was silenced. Confucius's humaneness over his ritual, Zhuangzi's useless tree that the sawmill spares. Cooked is not dead. A tradition dies when it cannot criticize itself. The West still can, barely. The East still can, if it digs the critique out from under the ideology and the merchandise. The question both sides face is the same, and it is Zhuangzi's question. Are you the tree that bends into usefulness until it is cut down, or the crooked one that survives because it is good for nothing? The side that remembers how to ask that question is the one still alive in 100 years.